It is Sunday, December 3rd, 2023. It is a little bit before 9:30. It's been a year, or a little over a year. I decided to do a vlog today, mainly because I finally have time. So, first and foremost, let's just do a quick update. Braces. I think my braces were off the last video or vlog that I did, but I think in that last vlog I still was wearing my retainers all day, and now I'm only wearing them at night. So when I'm talking, I can actually speak and not have a lisp, and my teeth have settled and I'm doing much better, so yay! As far as the job front, working 3 jobs now, or mainly it's 1 full-time job and 2 side hustles, so 2 teaching gigs on the side, so working a lot, and I think that's why it's been really hard for me to be able to take time to do any vlogs, so I decided to do a tea and talk. Another reason why I wanted to do a tea and talk is I'm missing an outlet to be able to just fully speak my mind, without having to take turns. I don't know if anybody who's a talker understands that, where you just want to freely talk, take a breath. If you want to do a pause, you can pause and you can just express yourself. So I'm hoping to be able to use this platform. I don't know if I'm going to keep comments on. I don't know what's going to happen. YouTube be a crazy place, so I don't know what we're going to do, but we're just going to check it out and see how I feel about doing this. One of the topics that I wanted to talk about today that has just been fresh on my mind is chronic illness, guilt, and fear. And the reason why this kind of popped up, I was around this time, I usually tend to get the winter blues, which could be a combination of a few things. One, I'm in the service business and education, and this is some of the toughest times for both of those work genres. So I'm usually exhausted, and also it is December, so there's a little more colder, and then also the sunlight is it is not around as often as it is, so I'm not really in the sun, even though I leave at the time I leave. I don't leave very early in the morning. I'm still spending the majority of my day inside, and I'm not taking enough time to get some sunlight. So sometimes that tends to happen. When I get this wintry blues, some of the guilt and fear and stuff comes up as it pertains to chronic illness. So for those who are new to this channel, I have dysautonomia / postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. I also have a few other illnesses that kind of are in that, like anemia is one of the ones, moderate to severe anemia. So there's some funky things in that. Yes, it affects me every day. Let's just say that. But I'm riding my bike to work. I'm teaching 3 dance classes for 2 different companies. I'm working a lot. So even though I have these things, I think the thing that affects people around me is that I talk about it, and it's hard because I'm a verbal processor. So yeah, that's kind of what I have. So in this phase, kind of today, I was looking around some of my old videos, and a video popped up that's called Moving Forward, and a couple other videos that actually some of them weren't even mine, and it was other people that I followed who also had the same illness. Them expressing how they feel having this, and what it's like with loved ones around, and what it's like with friends and things like that, and what is it like every day having this. And it just kind of popped in my brain, and then this large amount of guilt, shame, and fear. We'll talk about the guilt. I have a lot of guilt for how sick I was in the past, which is such a bummer because I can't do it. It's like blaming someone who has a terminal illness because they're sick. I would never do that, and I would hope that I would never do that, but I do it to myself. And so I blame myself and feel this large amount of shame, and that I have that, and I'm like, it's kind of weird that I feel that. And then the second part of it is fear that I'll ever get to that place again. And for those of you who have chronic illness, you know that it can be a very, very lonely place. It can be extremely lonely because people don't understand what it is, and sometimes you need help. It's hard. It is very, very hard. And so that was something that came up. So I saw a couple of these videos of mine, and it made me feel really sad that I was in that place, and really scared to ever be in that place. And and I'm kind of posting this question to any of you. Do any of you have that, where you have these fears where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing really well right now, and I'm so afraid that I'm not going to do well, and what's going to happen if I do well? Like, one of the deep fears I have is that I end up getting extremely sick, and then I have nobody. And I have that fear, even if people haven't expressed that in those words, or even if they haven't even said anything near that, even if they've said, we're not going anywhere, you need me, I got you, I'm here, I still have that fear in the back of my mind. And then unfortunately, because of all the stress that I'm under with work and everything and the time of year, it's really, really, really at the forefront of my mind. And that's hard. So that's kind of where my brain is at, and I just wanted to express that. So I feel like maybe doing these tea and talks, or tea and talk, might be helpful for me to be able to just express how I feel. Yeah, I think that's kind of where I'm at. Question for you guys. Do you go through these feelings of overwhelmness, fear, shame, and stuff? For those of you who have chronic illness, how do you combat that around some of the hardest times of the year, which is the holidays for a lot of people? Apologies if that is triggering, that word. That is the word that I feel comfortable to use. I apologize right now if that's triggering to you. I do not mean it to be triggering. But yeah, and also apologies if this is a triggering thing to talk about. This is just me talking about myself. Yeah, let me know below. How do you guys feel? How do you guys deal with the winter blues with chronic illness? So that's basically it. I'm gonna take me and my inside t-shirt and my do-rag, because it's nighttime, and I'm gonna drink the rest of my tea. I hope you are well, and I hope maybe I see you guys back on here and I have something more to talk about. But yeah, thanks for listening. Bye.